Hey everybody, I'm here in my hometown and I want to show you one of my really favorite places at home that when I was a little boy my mom brought me for the first time, that at the time not everybody in Greenville even knew was here. It was kind of hidden, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. But this is Greenville Falls here in Greenville, South Carolina along the Ruby River. And what makes this special is this is where Greenville started with a grist mill way back in the 1800s. This was the engine that powered the early development of what is now just this fantastic southern city that I feel really fortunate to have grown up in. And most of it's hidden by foliage, and a lot of the foliage and a lot of the bigger buildings are further downtown that you can't really see. They're actually a pretty decent skyline for being a smaller sized city. But what you can see up here is this is the Peace Center for Performing Arts. That's the concert hall, and this is the Gunner Theater, which I'll be able to show you from another vantage point. It's sort of like the Overture Center for the Arts, except in my opinion, I think it's a little nicer. I've been inside both, and it's just a really cool facility. But this is Reed River Falls, and the reason why this was hidden for so long is now there's this really incredible, one-of-a-kind pedestrian bridge. It is the only one like it anywhere in the world. It is C-shaped, so it cuts out around the falls, and you can walk out over it, and you can look out the other side here. It's the Liberty Bridge in Greenville at the Reedy Falls Park, and before this was here, before this pedestrian bridge, there was a 4-lane highway bridge, Camperdown Way, that used to come across this, and it obscured the falls. You couldn't even see them unless you went to the very far edge of the bridge. From this area over here, all the way to over here, was this huge highway bridge that went across the way here. I almost grabbed the railing there, I almost fell off. It went across, so you couldn't even see the falls unless you went down into the park and saw them from underneath, which when I was little, my mom took me to do, and I thought that was really cool. Because a lot of my friends, until they built this, were like, really? We didn't even know that was there. Because it was sort of one of those hidden treasures in town. It was a decision they made in the 70s to build that bridge, and fortunately, about 10 years ago, someone said, hey, let's tear that bridge down and let's reopen this wonderful destination. So they built this incredible park, as you can see on both sides. It's kind of always here, but now it's even better off the side of the bridge. You can see the bridge supports, and it's really neat because at night the bridge lights up. There's actually lights underneath the railing there, and lights all down underneath that light up the falls, and it's just a really cool place. And I'll show you up here. I can go for a run if you don't mind me taking the time, just because I wanted to show you around. I'll run up here and kind of give you a little bit of a better view. If you look down here into the park, people think I'm crazy because they think I'm talking to myself. If you look down here into the park, they do Shakespeare in the park on the stage down there that's set up. And then on this sort of grassy knoll area, sort of impromptu theater performances will crop up in the summer. People just get out there and start performing. There's sort of some seating up there people will sit down in, and some really cool fountains up here. And right up here is Michelin on Main, and this is the West End, the historic West End, which is a really older area of town. It's just a really beautiful place to be, and it's hot today. It's actually too hot to be wearing jeans. But I am, because this morning it was looking at my rain, and it was a little bit cloudy, and it's not the best day. But this is one of my favorite places in town to come because it's so relaxing, and you can see the falls and hear the water. And just set up a picnic down on the grass, as a lot of people do. It's a weekday, so not really today, but on the weekends you'll see just dozens of picnic blankets. And the park is actually huge. It goes back a really long way. And there's so much art and so much culture down in this part of town, and just a whole lot of fun. So I've always enjoyed growing up here and coming home to visit. And I like it now because, unlike you all back in Wisconsin, it is scorching hot. So that's certainly a good thing that makes living here a lot of fun. So thank you for letting me show you around. It's kind of long, but it's one of my absolute favorite places in the world, and certainly my favorite place here at home. I'll see you guys on TV.